Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Working No Game video. Today's video is dedicated to playing Punishing Gray Raven on your PC using Bluestacks 5. So let's go ahead and jump right into this, and just note this video is sponsored. So the first thing you want to do is jump to your browser and then go ahead and download Bluestacks 5. I'll leave links down below in the description. If you click that link, that will support the channel, so thank you so much. Once you have that done, go ahead and go into your search bar, type in multi, and you're going to open Bluestacks 5 multi-instance manager. That is the current instance we are running, and that is how I'm playing Punishing Gray Raven. Now, if you're wondering how to download the game, just go ahead and go into the Play Store, install it, and then click play, and then you will be brought to this page with whichever character that you so have as your main screen. Let's jump into the battle menu and then show you how to essentially map your buttons in case you want to play with a controller on PC. So if you jump here into dummy training, if we're in the trial zones and you just begin the missions, this is a good way to just test out your controller and see how everything is working. So as this is loading, I want to say like Bluestacks 5 has been really great just for overall gameplay, and it's been nice just to play the game on it. All right, so if you pause right here and you go to button position, you go to controller buttons, you can just enable controller mode, and that is how you're going to be able to play the game. So as you can see, I do have my controller set up, so you can see the little icons on the left. So as I am moving, my character is moving, and then you will see the buttons that I'm technically pressing right now in order to do all of my attacks. And I have to say that it is pretty seamless. It is entirely easy to play the game like this. So if you ever want to play with an Xbox controller and you just hook it up, it's gonna work phenomenally. I didn't have to do anything as far as installs goes, because as you know, Xbox controllers pretty much just work with BlueStacks simultaneously, and Punishing Gray Raven has a built-in controller support. So this is one way to play the game on PC. All right, here's gonna be some footage of me running Warzone for PGR on Bluestacks 5. And when it comes to this, Warzone has to be one of those places, if you can't dodge appropriately on higher difficulties, you will get absolutely ganked. Now, one of the things when I was in Warzone was, will my dodges proc appropriately and will I enter the matrix? And yes, I did. There was no lag whatsoever. I was super happy to see that. I was able to trigger Liv's QTE right there, and as you can see, all the enemies are just getting sliced in half and just pretty much taken down with ease, and that's all thanks to the gear that I have, and of course because the gameplay is really smooth. Now when it comes to Bluestacks 5, there is going to be a couple features that I want to annotate, and that's going to be it's taking up to 2 less gigs of RAM when you're running 3 instances at once. We showed off the multi-instance manager earlier, where you can create numerous instances of Bluestacks 5. You can do that for rerolling in case you want to reroll for PGR. I don't really recommend it, but at the end of the day, you do what you need to do. There is trim memory, where you reduce the RAM usage like we talked about earlier. There's going to be an eco mode available on Bluestacks 5, where you can reduce the amount of CPU and GPU you are using. 87% for CPU, 97% for your GPU. Overall, there's just better RAM usage, CPU usage, GPU usage, FPS stability, and memory trimming, as we talked about earlier when it comes to RAM. And as you can see, there's no issues whatsoever. And when it comes to playing on PC, I just greatly appreciate it, because my thumbs sometimes block the screen, and sometimes I can't tell what the enemy is trying to do, what sort of attacks they're trying to trigger. Like, for example, this dude, the Musashi, he's always has like some sort of like weird wind up with his skills, whether he's like shooting like sword waves, like, when he does like his spin attacks, or when he comes straight at you. Honestly, on PC, it was just easier to take him down, because on a bigger screen, it's just so much easier to tell what he's going to be doing. And we take him down with ease right there. Kamui Tenebrion, the S rank, the meta guy. But honestly, you can use any heroes whatsoever. But if you're following like a cookie cut meta right now, I'm hearing S rank Karenina is the go-to. But honestly, waifu over meta, just enjoy yourself. And here's going to be Alpha, the menace that haunted me during my rerolls, because I couldn't kill her. And the first time I would see her, I would just be like, all right, Alpha, it's time to die. But when it comes to Phantom Pain Cage, I was finally able to get some sort of redemption, get some sort of satisfaction to actually take her down, and it was just really nice to see. So don't you worry about this one. You sort of have to win this one if you want to score high in the leaderboards and get like essentially your daily rewards. What's really cool about like the Phantom Pain Cage and Warzone in PGR is that if you just complete them, you will always get the premium currency, and you don't have to score high in the leaderboards. If you score high in the leaderboards for Phantom Pain Cage or Warzone, all that you get is extra currency in order to purchase skins and all that stuff, like cosmetic stuff for Warzone. And then when it comes to Phantom Pain Cage, it's more or less just gears and memories and shards and stuff. So it's up to you how you want to prioritize those things. But honestly speaking, what's nice is the premium currency won't be held back, based off of your score. You will always be given a flat amount of black cards depending on where you're ranking, you know, on like the actual like game modes, because there is going to be higher like tiers of Warzone and higher tiers of Phantom Pain Cage. But when it comes down to it, they make it as free-to-play friendly as possible to earn like the premium currency. For these two game modes specifically, that's the ones I want to cover, because when it comes to PGR, there are some things that they need to work on. Like overall, they need to like understand what the market is for events. You can't just like slam events in and expect people to be happy, but that's a different topic. When it comes to BlueStacks 5, everything is working out appropriately. I had so much fun just playing on PC, because when I was playing on phone, it just wasn't as fun for me personally. I need like some sort of tactile feedback when it comes to like my keyboard or playing with the controller. Yes, I can technically Bluetooth my Xbox controller, but the screen's too small and I look sort of weird, you know, trying to, you know, look at my tiny screen and use my Xbox controller. I get to use like my giant PC monitor, and with that I can play it on mouse and keyboard. I just have the flexibility, and not to mention I can actually use my GPU to its fullest extent when it comes to playing like games like this, because honestly, you know, on my phone that just can't handle it. So PC for me was the best alternative because I just have a better PC overall. For mobile users, there's no issues whatsoever, but this is just a recommendation for me to play the game on PC. You can play it on whichever place that you want, but overall BlueStacks 5 is the one that's gonna get my stamp of approval personally, because I was just able to play it. Everything was smooth, and my score might not be the greatest, but I had good fun overall. And of course, we gotta cover my personal favorite feature, jumping into the dormitory and seeing all of my heroes in chibi form on the big screen. Let's go ahead and jump into Lucia Dawn right here, or Lucia Lotus, and give her the head pats that she deserves, because she is so adorable and she needs your love. But heck yeah, there you go. If that smile doesn't bring happiness to your face, I don't know what will. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 25,000 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. For any of you who's clicking down in the videos and supporting this video in particular, thanks so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all the real MVP. And I will see you in the next one. Aw, she waved.